All right, my beautiful Aries warriors, my fiery, magnificent souls, I want you to gather close and listen with your entire being. Can you feel that? A subtle shift in the very fabric of reality, a vibration that hums just beneath the surface of your everyday life. This week, a knock is coming. Oh, but this isn't the knock of a casual visitor or a familiar friend. No, my dear Aries, this is a sound that carries the undeniable weight of destiny itself. It might manifest as a formal letter, a call from an official, or something far more profound and unexpected, a wave of cosmic justice, a divine balancing of the scales, a truth you thought was buried forever, stirring and demanding to be seen. However it arrives, know this: what has been hidden in the shadows is about to step into the brilliant, cleansing light. You did not find this message by accident. There are no coincidences in the grand cosmic design. Perhaps it was a spark of intuition, a whisper from your spirit guides that you wisely chose to follow, or the perfect, silent pull of divine timing that brought you here, to this exact moment. Your presence now is a testament to your readiness. The universe is calling you, the courageous pioneer of the zodiac, to stand face to face with a truth that has been left in the darkness for far too long. So I ask you, and I want you to answer from the depths of your warrior heart. If destiny knocked on your door today, in any form, how would you truly feel? Would a wave of dread wash over you, or would it be a quiet, soul-deep release? Would your heart clench in fear, or would it finally exhale in freedom? If you feel that pull, that resonance in your soul, then do me a favor right now and let the universe know you are ready. Smash that subscribe button to join our sacred community. And in the comments below, claim this powerful energy by typing, "I am ready for my truth." Let's begin this incredible journey together. Welcome, beautiful souls, to a message that transcends mere prediction. This is a sacred crossroads, a holy pause between your soul and the cosmos itself. It is raw, it is clear, and it is profoundly personal for you. This message holds divine insight, a cosmic warning, and truth-tethered guidance as the mighty Pluto and a thoughtful Mercury in retrograde begin to align in your fourth house, the very foundation of your life. Your roots, your family, your innermost past are aligning like sacred stones on a path to your ultimate destiny. This powerful window between September 30th and October 6th is a time when old, heavy karmic wheels may finally grind to a halt. It is a time when hidden truths could shatter the surface, and when fate itself might arrive dressed as a messenger, a pivotal moment, or yes, even an official knocking at your literal or symbolic door. But I need you to hear me now, Aries. Do not be afraid. This is not a sentence. It is a summons to your higher self. When cosmic forces move this unmistakably, it means a profound truth is rising, and with it, your true power and your deepest healing. What you are about to hear might shake the very ground you stand on, but I promise you, it is only meant to solidify your foundation for the magnificent future you are building. Because truth may not always arrive wrapped in softness and comfort, but it always, my beautiful friends, it always sets you free. When the divine sends its signs, it doesn't always whisper on the breeze. Sometimes it speaks through a palpable tension, through an unexpected letter, a long overdue reckoning, or an exchange you've been avoiding. Sometimes the most brilliant light takes the form of disruption. And yes, sometimes that light, that awakening, begins with a knock. So take a deep, centering breath with me now. Inhale courage, exhale fear. This message isn't designed to frighten you. It is designed to steady you, to anchor you in your incredible strength. Before we dive deeper into these cosmic currents, I want to express my deepest gratitude to you. Every like, every share, every heartfelt comment you leave behind, and every time you return to this sacred space, you keep this beautiful conversation alive. You are the reason we can offer truths like this, grounded, clear, and soul deep. You are the heartbeat of astrology unlocked. And believe me, my dear Aries, you will want to stay with me through every single moment of this message, because what is unfolding in the heavens for you right now is nothing short of breathtaking. This isn't just foresight, it is a divine revelation. It is a sacred call to come back to what is real, true, and powerful within you. It is an invitation to walk into a week where the very thing that once scared you might become the key that liberates you. It doesn't always arrive with a crash of thunder or the blare of an alarm. Sometimes, the most profound changes begin as a quiet rumble deep within the walls of your own life. Between September 30th and October 6th, you, my dear Aries, are being undeniably drawn into a deeper, more authentic alignment by two of the most potent forces in the cosmos. Pluto, the great transformer, the planet of death and rebirth, and Mercury, the divine messenger, now retracing its steps through the most personal, most sacred terrain of your chart, the fourth house. This is where your history lives. It is where your roots stretch deep into the earth, and where the very walls of your home remember the things your conscious mind may have forgotten. When these two celestial giants stir this space together, the universe is no longer suggesting you look inward. It is insisting. But let's reframe this, shall we? For an Aries, the past is not a place to dwell. It is the launch pad for your next great conquest. Your foundation isn't just about comfort. It's the solid ground from which you leap into your destiny. So this energy is not here to shame you or dismantle your life. It comes to gently, or perhaps not so gently, unearth what's been hidden beneath the floorboards of your existence. And so often, that hidden layer isn't about the secrets of others. It's about the truths you've shelved within yourself to maintain momentum. Childhood wounds you outran, buried grief you were too busy to process, quiet resentments you pushed aside to avoid conflict, or that gut-level truth you've ignored to keep things moving forward. This is the universe lovingly saying, "Hold on, warrior. Before the next great battle, we must fortify the home base." You may notice a powerful restlessness rising within your home, or a new tension crackling through the connections that tie you to family. It might feel like the very beams of your house are groaning under a subtle but immense pressure. This is not a punishment. It is an opening. The cosmos is telling you that what you've been avoiding will now start making its way directly to you, demanding your attention. When Pluto, the lord of the underworld, activates this part of your life, it sharpens your vision to a razor's edge. Suddenly, you may see with startling clarity what's really going on beneath the surface of your family dynamics or domestic patterns. And with Mercury in retrograde, communication becomes raw, unfiltered, and incredibly revealing. Words may stumble out, feelings will bubble to the surface, and truths will find their way into the room, whether they are spoken aloud or not. This is your cosmic signal to go inward, not to spiral outward. One of the most powerful, proactive moves you can make right now, and you, Aries, are all about action, is to start a private journal. Write down what's stirring inside you, especially the parts you're scared to admit, even to yourself. No need to polish it or make it pretty. Just let the raw truth flow onto the page. When you name the truth in private, the fear it carries begins to lose its power over you. It's like staring down an opponent before the match begins. You see it for what it truly is. It's also a potent time to let stillness speak. I know, stillness can be a challenge for your fiery spirit, but just try it. Sit quietly, even for 5 minutes, and ask your soul, what am I not letting myself feel right now? You might be astonished at how much of the chaos around you is merely an echo of the silence you've been holding within. Truth rarely arrives like a hurricane. More often, it enters softly, like a change in the air pressure before the storm. But once it has made itself known, your life will not be untouched. You are not meant to fix everything in a single breath, but this is your time to observe, to be radically honest, and to ready yourself. Clarity is coming, whether you feel braced for it or not. And the more you can lean into this with open, willing hands, the more gently and powerfully it can reshape your world. Sometimes the knock is quite literal. A message from a financial institution, a notice from a government office, a legal document that feels both unexpected and incredibly pressing. And sometimes, my friends, that knock doesn't come from the outside world at all. It begins within. A subtle but insistent push in your chest, an unease you can't quite name, a profound sense that something is surfacing from the depths of your soul, and it will not be ignored any longer. In this kind of potent energy, that image of someone knocking isn't just about being held accountable by others. It's about you being called back to what is real and true for you. It's the universe asking, what happens when your own truth finally comes for the excuses you've made? What happens when hiding starts to cost you more energy than honesty ever could? This knocking is not a symbol of trouble. It is the sound of your own liberation arriving. It could be the very moment the universe hands you the golden opportunity to stop running, to stop avoiding, and to finally turn and face your own power. And here is something your beautiful, courageous heart needs to hold on to. The longer you bury something in the dark, the larger and more terrifying its shadow becomes. But the very instant it meets the light of day, it begins to shrink, to lose its grip. That is why this moment isn't a reckoning, it is a profound release. It is sacred ground, breaking open. And yes, it might feel raw and vulnerable, but that rawness is also the feeling of freedom. I once knew a dynamic, brilliant Aries woman who carried a deep secret about a career failure from her early 20s. She believed it was a mark of shame, proof that she wasn't the unstoppable force she projected to the world. For over a decade, she built her life around hiding this story. When a situation finally forced her to speak her truth, she was terrified. But what happened wasn't destruction, it was an awakening. Her colleagues didn't shun her, they saw her humanity. Her family didn't judge her, they embraced her courage. And she told me later, it was the first time in 10 years I felt like I wasn't wearing armor. I could finally just be. That, my dear Aries, might be what this week is offering you. A breath of authentic air you haven't allowed yourself to take in far, far too long. Maybe you aren't holding some colossal secret. Maybe it's just a quiet fear, a difficult conversation you've tucked away, a pattern of behavior you know deep down has run its course. Whatever it is, the knock is the signal. You don't have to swing the door wide open all at once. Just unlatch it. Let a single sliver of light spill in. You don't have to be fearless to begin. You just have to be willing. And for a soul as brave as yours, willingness is everything. Now let's talk about another layer of this cosmic weather, because it's crucial for you. You might notice that certain opportunities this week seem almost too lucky, too perfect, too easy to believe. This is no coincidence. As the expansive Jupiter forms a challenging square with the transformative Pluto, the terrain around your finances, your career, and your relationships could become far trickier than it appears on the surface. This planetary tension often shows up as dazzling chances, bold promises from others, or offers that glitter like pure gold. But beneath that shimmering surface, there is always more to the story. There is a karmic price tag in the air. My dear Aries, the energy around you now is full of big potential, but it is also unstable, especially in matters of trust, agreements, and the people you allow into your inner circle. If your gut, your incredible Aries intuition, screams that something is off, you must listen. Even if it looks flawless on paper, even if it comes from a face you've trusted for years, this is where your inner warrior, your inner compass, must take the lead. When Jupiter and Pluto collide like this, false promises, questionable alliances, or borrowed power often sneak in, wearing the disguise of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Your impulsive nature, your desire to seize the moment and charge ahead, will be tested. This is not the week to leap first and ask questions later. It is the week to pause, to breathe, and to say, "Let me consider this." This is a time to channel the strategic warrior, not just the frontline soldier. And while we're on the subject of red flags, let's turn the spotlight inward. If you have ever struggled with giving too much of your energy, rescuing others too quickly, or investing your heart and soul more than you should, this week could test those very boundaries. That is why it is essential to define your lines of engagement. I want you to literally write down 3 sacred boundaries: financial, emotional, or energetic, that you refuse to cross, no matter how convincing the request sounds. It might be as simple as, "I will not lend money I can't afford to lose," or "I will not agree to a major decision without sleeping on it." Boundaries don't make you weak, they make you wise. They protect the kingdom you have worked so hard to build. There comes a moment in every soul's journey when the silence grows heavier than the truth, when the energy of avoidance drains you more than facing what is real ever could. And if you have felt that quiet weight, that feeling like your own spirit is asking for more room to breathe, this is your moment, Aries. The message moving through the cosmos is unmistakable. You are being called, not by judgment, but by divine grace, to finally step out from whatever you have been holding alone. I sense a cleansing tide rising for you. This isn't a tsunami that crashes down all at once. It is a tide that rises gently but powerfully, washing away what no longer belongs on your emotional shoreline. And it asks for only one thing from you: your willingness. Energetic cleansing isn't some abstract idea. It is a deeply practical, actionable process. For you, Aries, action is medicine. Open the windows and let fresh air and sunlight pour into your space. Put on music that makes you feel powerful and alive. Go through your home and release anything tied to a version of you that no longer exists. As you clean your space, speak this intention aloud. As I clear my home, I make space for my power. As I release clutter, I release what no longer serves my highest destiny. For a fire sign like you, a fire ritual can be incredibly potent. Write down what you are ready to release: a fear, a resentment, a limiting belief. Go outside safely, light a small candle, or a fire in a protected pit. Read it aloud, and as you burn the paper, whisper, "I give this to the fire. I transform this old energy into fuel for my future. I choose light." As the stars shift, the change happens within you first. From September 30th to October 2nd, the Scorpio moon dives deep, stirring your intuition and asking you to trust your inner voice above all outside noise. Your hunches are not paranoia, they are divine intelligence. Then, on October 3rd and 4th, Pluto's influence grows, potentially bringing a financial reality to the surface. This is not to shame you, it is to empower you to move forward without dragging old weight. Finally, as we move into October 5th and 6th, a new moon rises, marking a powerful fresh start. But the new cannot arrive until you have fully closed the door on the old. You stand on the threshold between a past that is complete and a future that is unwritten. In that sacred threshold, your freedom is found. If you have journeyed with me this far, beautiful warrior, then you already know that something magnificent and profound is moving through your life. The knocking you've noticed, it does not come to bring fear. It comes to bring truth. And truth, my friends, is always the beginning of your real, untethered freedom. You were drawn to this message because your soul is finally ready to face what's been hiding. So I ask you one more time, what truth have you been avoiding? What clarity are you finally ready to welcome, even if it shifts everything? What you face with courage today has the power to liberate you for all of your tomorrows. This is your moment to step back into your full power, right in the places where confusion or doubt once lived. This is your chance to see that when destiny knocks, you are the one who chooses how to answer the door. You can open it with fear, or you can open it with the calm, steady power of a warrior who is already committed to the light. The message of this week is not crisis, it is clarity. And clarity always asks for your presence. Presence in your choices, presence in the boundaries you set, and presence in the way you heal. The universe, your own inner wisdom, and every lesson you've learned are urging you now not to escape, but to rise, to release what has grown old, to finally speak what needs to be said, to stop tying your worth to anyone else's approval. You are free, my dear Aries, to let go of what was and to throw open your arms to what is yet to be. No permission required, only your presence. Thank you for being here. Every like, comment, share, and subscription helps this sacred circle grow, ensuring these messages reach the souls who need them. If this resonated with you, if a part of your spirit felt seen, tap that like button and subscribe to stay connected. This is only the beginning of your magnificent realignment. Now tell me, my dear Aries, what door are you ready to open? What truth are you ready to receive? Write it below. I am ready to receive the truth. I choose light. Share this with another warrior soul who might be standing at their own doorway, waiting for the courage to open it. Because the truth doesn't come to harm you. It comes to set you free. And you, my beautiful Aries, are more than ready.